The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
A new experience for us. First time we've been over there, and I think you quoted it was like 1975 or something like that. And so it's, anytime you do something new, it's always a fun adventure and something we're looking forward to.
It's a road game, and as we talked last week, that has provided some challenges. Reflection over the past few days. Any thoughts on how to get off the bus well?
Yep. The biggest thing, I've been over there watching about 20 minutes of the rock. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You got a game to play. You got to get ready to go and get done what you need to get done.
The progression of your running back room really feels like it's been a next man up mentality, especially with all the nicks and bruises and Tyree Nelson, good hard running after being held out a week at Mars Hill. What's that say about their stick-to-itiveness and Leonard Weaver, their coach?
I think, Coach Weaver's demanding, and I think that's one thing that, you look for in a coach. Also he's relational, and those guys have done a great job of working and developing, building relationships. Like I say, man, they do study hall in his office, and so, they're there, they're connected all the time. But I think more than anything, that just bringing that work mentality every single day. There are things that every week you go in and you see that we need to get better, but, the biggest thing for us is just continue to work to get that done and continue to have that next man up mentality.
A winning season can still be in the cards if you win out. How much of a motivation is that?
For me, it's big. It's just like, you want to be a winner. You get into this game to win, and I think that's something that, is worthy of fighting for. You just don't want to go play 11 weeks of football and then go back and say, we had these opportunities and we didn't capitalize on them. So I think it's something that's really worth fighting for right now.
In the history of Carson-Newman Football, there haven't been too many massive turnarounds. 85 team won, or the 86 team won 7 more. I think you got to go back to 22 to find another team that won more than 5. So it's a bit of a rarity. Just how challenging has it been to go from where you were last year to, let's face it, you've already tripled your win total from last year?
Yeah, it's about achieving at the level that you can achieve, and I think the thing that we're talking about with our guys right now is we still think there's more out there that this group can achieve. It's just like each week you just go play the game and try to do the best you can to win the football game, and then hope the results come out in your favor. But I think for us, it's still about continuing to fight every week to do and pull the best part that you can pull together, and that's what you want to see from guys.
What's the biggest challenge for your team to win these next few weeks of games?
I think it's for us right now mental preparation. We talked about going and watching the rock to where it doesn't matter, regardless of what the situation is, where the games play, what the down distance is, what the score is, going out, man, and executing at the highest level possible, is something that we've got to be able to do.
Talk about that mental aspect. Well, you as a player, you'd mentioned in the past that you had issues injury-wise, coming back from those. How do you take the lessons that you learned as a player from a mentality perspective to try to translate that to this team?
I think that's one thing that we talked about a ton yesterday, and just really letting them talk, because there's something that's on campus that I'll go and share with them, and just kind of the whole point is when it comes to, the mental part of the game, is do we agree, disagree? And then why do we agree and disagree? And, the consensus I think that we came to is you want to put your best foot effort every single time, and that winning is important. And it's something that we ought to be, locked into doing, and it'd be a total commitment. And I think that's one thing as a player, it was just always about achieving at your very best. I mean, if you're going out hurt, no, you may not run as fast as you did before, but you still get a very best effort that you can. And we talked to them about that over and over and over again. If you're going to succeed at a high level, you just play the next snap. Don't worry about the last one. But it's all about the next one. And the one 10 years from now or three plays from now, you don't have any control over it. You may not even be in the game. But every time that you step on the field, it's about giving your absolute very best.
How do you balance right now the playing time aspect of things with everybody that you have? You obviously have some guys that have really competed and played well, but you also have other guys that have been hungry. And when you have a week like last week, maybe there's a temptation to change some things. So how do you balance the personnel aspect of it?
I think it's still, we go practice and hopefully we get guys in situations to where they compete within the week and just kind of figure out where that all shakes out, and not, us as coaches not being just completely locked in. We played a couple guys, differently last week. But every week, you want to be able to open the floor up for guys to be able to come in and compete and figure out who's the best guy to give you the best chance in that game. And sometimes it's situational based on what the teams do offensively and defensively.
Emory and Henry has had some close calls with the upper echelon of the SAC this year. Nearly knocked off Newberry and did knock off Wingate on the road in an absolute rock fight. What sticks out to you about the Wasps in their first year as a D2?
They're a good football program. I mean, they've done a good job of, being settled, bringing guys in to kind of prepare, I think, for this moment. I think they did a good job with that. I think they're very well coached. Their kids play hard. I mean, they're overall good football program.
One of the better passing teams in the South Atlantic Conference with short under center. What sticks out to you about what they do aerially?
You can tell that, the things they do, they've worked on a lot, over a long period of time. And so, like, they just from their answers, you always talk about adjustments and answers. Like, they do a really good job of having answers for situations and responding to them pretty quickly.
We watched the women's basketball team a year ago, and that felt like a Division III team. The volleyball team has had its struggles. The soccer teams have had their struggles with Emory and Henry this year. Is the football team ahead of schedule?
I would think so. I think when you look at this league, I think they were picked at the bottom at the beginning of the year. And they come out of the gates and play Newberry overtime, and then I think they wound up beating Wingate. And both of those teams are still contending to be able to win the conference or at least their division. And so I think they are, ahead of schedule.
Let's not forget, too, a tight loss to Concord in week 1, and Concord's your Mountain East leader right now. Defensively, what sticks out to you about them?
They play hard. Like, they've got good players. They do a lot, as far as movement up front, and their guys do a good job of finding gaps, running to the football. As you watch film, and a ton of interceptions, on the back end, pass breakups. They do a good job on the back end.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.